Hey everybody, it's Koya the Unicorn here with your Unikoy Intuition. I decided that I'm just gonna do like a general message, and just talk probably, but I'm definitely gonna pull some cards. And if a specific sign comes out, then I'll do that. I'm trying to know. I'm playing around with my setup. You guys can let me know. Do you prefer to see the cards shuffled? Do you prefer to see both? Do you prefer just to see this? Do you prefer to just see me talk without the cards? Yeah, y'all let me know. All right. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me guess. Let me get this together. Um, hmm. Okay. I mean, I guess it's working. I have no idea. I'm trying to make sure it is. So okay, it is. Cool. All right, great. Anyway, so I do intuitive readings. I do use tarot cards, I use oracle cards. What else? I don't know. Sometimes I freestyle it. I'd advise you guys to meditate. I meditate sometimes before, sometimes on camera. Depends. What else? That's it. So I just want to talk. So, some of you guys do know that I do have a creative consulting business. And, you know, um, I do graphics, I do art, I do organization, I do marketing, I do a bunch of different stuff. But I also do live talks with my business partner and best friend. And we just talk about different subjects. And so it's been a little, depending on what's going on in the world, those type of conversations can be a little more grueling. And some of the subjects are definitely controversial. Uh, but we try to keep a good balance. But yeah, so what I started realizing, why I really wanted to come on live is to talk about when you start cleaning up, your soul, right? When you start cleaning up your trauma, when you start cleaning up your past, and you start walking in that light, and you start really going towards your mission, right? Your path. Um, what you will receive are naysayers. What you will receive are people who see you in your old light. What you will receive are people who um will fight against you shifting, whatever that is, especially if it's belief systems or things like that. Because people get scared of the new, right? And the new doesn't mean bad. Most times, if the new is on a soul level, it means it's good. But unfortunately, what it does is it jilts people that know you of your old self and your old ways, and they will fight with you to stay in your old ways because it's what's familiar to them, right? So at some point, there's a thin line between showing respect to people and not living in your truth, right? So at some point, I had to have a conversation with myself because I wouldn't say I'm a people pleaser, but at some point in life, I was absolutely somebody who wanted to make sure everybody was good. You know what I'm saying? And what it did to my detriment was I never had my voice. I never had my own voice. And so, yeah, the people that know me now, maybe within the last 15 years, are like, oh, but you're vocal and you're social. And I'm like, no, 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 I'm not. And I had to catapult, myself into that. I had to, yeah, really catapult myself. I really had to like force myself to be louder and be seen and be heard. And it's just so interesting um to see those shifts, right? It's so interesting to see what it looks like when people are unsure where you're headed. So, like the first go round was like I started with like unicorn hair. Okay. Like I bleached my hair, got it fully colored. It's like if you guys go on my like, subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, but also follow my other social media pages. So you will see some of my transformations. I lost a lot of weight, things like that. Just been through a lot. So my journey has shifted a lot in the last 2 years. It's changed a lot. I got into tarot. I mean, I was in tarot, and I was always into astrology. And I'm talking about as far as I can remember, like as like little. And for me, the stars always seem like a universal language, like the language that we can speak to each other, and God can speak to us, and the universe can speak to us on one level, because we all see stars, right? We may not call them the same thing, we may not be using the same verbiage, language, whatever, but to me that's always looked like God's braille, right? Is the stars. So like I've always been into astrology. I've always used that to navigate. Actually, if you learn and study astrology, it can actually benefit you. Like when you learn your coworkers' signs, birth charts, whatever. If you're a teacher, if you learn your students, like it really helps you maneuver and deal with people individually. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality of it is, the reason these systems don't work that we live in is because everybody's an individual and everybody's different. That's why. That's why these systems are always end up in some form of oppression, right? So, I was just sitting here thinking about like being in a new path, and there have definitely been, a lot of questions and people, unsure, especially like people involved in church, and they're like, what are you doing? But I still speak about God. I still speak about that. Has it evolved to the universe and spirit and things like that? Sure, it's the same thing though. And then also like me speaking out more on my live streams and being more vocal about my core beliefs, but also my ultimate goal with all of these videos is to share the information that I have, the information that I'm being given, and to expose it on a larger platform. And that's it. Like, I'm not trying to shove it down nobody's throat. I'm not like, either you with it or you not. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't got a lot of rules. But and so my business partner does production and things like that. So, I'm playing around with a bunch of different things because this is not what I do on this side of the creative consulting. Now, have I learned enough to be able to set myself up and to be able to troubleshoot? Absolutely, because that's what I do. So anyway, so I went through a lot of transitions, and I know a lot of people are going through transitions. This year in particular, there are a lot of people awakening. And there's a reason that we have the jilts that we're having. There's a reason COVID happened. There's a reason that George Floyd was public. There's a reason that there's so much pushback. It's time to expose people that are wearing false masks. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, some of those people are running the country. But some of those people are also sitting next to you. So, you know, what I know is that there are always going to be people that have false masks. You wear false masks sometimes, you know, but you got to learn to listen to your intuition. You got to learn to listen to that voice inside that says, like, this is the right path for me. Like, this is good. We are, and I can't say humans as a whole. No, humans as a whole do want acceptance in some form. I know in our community, in the Black community, like, we we are hard on each other. You know, when we don't follow suit to whatever those core beliefs are, and if those shifted, it becomes a betrayal. You know, so what I've learned is that when something feels right to me, and I have a message that I need to speak on, no matter who the naysayers are, no matter who is triggered by it, no matter who has an issue with it, I have to speak on my behalf and what I believe and what I stand for. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to go to sleep knowing that I stood for whatever I stood for that day. Um, Anybody that knows me knows that I don't tolerate hate and judgment and things like that. Have I been through phases where I was judgmental? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have grown very much. I was very much very conservative, and I'm still like semi conservative, but like conservative for real, like conservative, super religious, you know. And this was when I was young, like I was very young. I didn't really evolve into understanding different walks of life until, I guess, maybe maybe college, probably college. So anyway, so my journey to tarot, and just continuing the journey, like even this week, the energies that are around, like my friends, my family, like everybody's energies is real up. And there's a lot of closures happening. There's a lot of end of cycles happening, and some of them are going to be hard. Some of them are going to be hard, but there's a lot of soul ties that got to be shed. There's a lot of clearance that has to happen. Now, understand that when it's time for things like clearance and shedding ties and cutting cords, like, it doesn't mean that you don't have another cycle with that person. But don't fear closing the cycle for fear of thinking that opportunity won't be there anymore. And this is with jobs, love, friends, family, whatever, right? And I think that's what holds us back the most, is the fear of the outcome. It's not so much the fear of jumping out there. It's not so much the fear of saying it or doing something, right? It's the fear of the end results. That's kind of what it looks like to me. And that's what it feels like. Like, I don't know. It's just it's so much going on, y'all. And I don't want to use this platform to talk about politics or my personal um stuff, because I kind of talk about it on there, but it does align with the energies, you know what I'm saying? It does align with what is happening in the atmosphere. You know, it's so amazing. I went to um Dewey Beach in Delaware last week, and it was just so we could sit outside. We social distance. It was my mom's birthday, and the kids, like my nieces and nephews, like everybody just needed to breathe for a second. And you know, we were there and we were safe, and it wasn't a whole lot of people or anything like that, so we were good. But in that moment, like, just being in a different environment for a couple of hours, um, yeah, like I felt free. And so I do understand that people are struggling to be in the house right now, and people are struggling because they don't know, like, how safe you gotta be in it, how safe you don't gotta be in the, like, you know, there's all these things. But what I think this time is doing is filtering out stuff, filtering out sheep, filtering out you know, awakened souls filtering out, you know, the healers and the witches and all, like, you know, it's filtering out that hate. And what has happened is it's all coming to the surface, and I think people are just exhausted. I think people are exhausted. I'm exhausted. I know that the collective seems to be going through different stages. Some of us are actually really like charged by it. Like I have been back and forth. I'll say that. I have been charged some days, and some days I need a break. Some days it's too much. Some days I'm super emotional because I can feel other people's stuff. But most days in I'll say the last couple of weeks, yo, my energy's been crazy high, right? And I have absolutely been through some very strange days. It was one of those weeks where like people would just hit you up and start just like unloading, and not like in a bad way, like good things, you know what I'm saying? Closures, acknowledgments, love, support. And well, of course, if you're getting that, you're gonna get the flip side, which is the, you know, the aggression and the, you know, assertiveness and judgment and those things, right? And I was just sitting here and I was just like trying to take everything. I was so tired, and I woke up today and I was like, yo, I'm so tired. I don't want to do anything today. Then I was like, maybe I should do just a video. Like I was just like, maybe I should just do a reading. Like I'll just do a reading. You know what I'm saying? And I really just wanted to talk. And sometimes that resonates, and I'm going to I'm definitely about to pull these cards out. But I just want people to understand, like there are so many people going through the same thing. Maybe not the exact same circumstance, but the same feelings, right? And I am telling you guys, whether you understand it or not, this is really the time for people to just speak up, speak your truth, stand in your light. Make sure that the life that's around you, that's surrounding you right now, is that a reflection of where you're trying to go? You know, like so many times we get stuck and complacent, you know, and it's because we're so scared to speak up and we're so scared to talk about the scary stuff. But I don't want people out here just living these lives where they're suffering and going through the motions and like, oh yeah, this is cool and this is all right. Like you can have so much more than that. That is what I'm trying to get people to understand. You can have so much more to that. You don't have to have or just settle, you know, for anything. You can have the life you want, and it can feel the way you want it to feel. But you gotta clean up your mess. You can't live in a hypocrisy. Like, you know, and those are some of the things that I had to clean up. You know, like, all right, Koya, you preaching this, and this. Are you moving exactly in that way? Like that, and that is the hardest part, is making sure you are holding yourself accountable to your belief system. If this is your belief system, right? And this is, you know, the other option, right? Do they align? Like, are you walking around every day and you're like, yep, 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 right? But you live in this way. So, you know, that's not how you stay on your path, you know, and I catch myself doing it sometimes because we are human. And the reality of it is that we're gonna go back to these old cycles and old patterns until we clean them up. And even myself, like I was like, I'm good, like I'm healed, like, you know, da da da. And then I had to like step back, like, are you healed? If you was healed, would you have let this happen? Would you have done that? Would you have said that? Would you have moved in that way if you was healed? And then, you know, I had to step back and be like, okay, I might not be done yet. I mean, and that's just the reality. Like you have to check yourself. Like, and I tell people all the time, like, check yourself, yo. Like, check yourself. Like, because so many people don't check themselves. Like, and then they be so scared. They be so scary. So scary to check themselves. I just don't understand that. Like, you know, If you can't check yourself, then what? You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold yourself accountable. People are not out here to make you feel accountable for your actions, you know? And we stay in these things because we don't want to release them for whatever the reasons are. And the reality of it is that you know when something should be in your spirit and you know when something shouldn't. And sometimes we make decisions based upon what we just want instead of how it affects the world around us. We have to start making I know y'all don't want to hear it, but we have to start making decisions not based just upon us. So like somebody asked a question, I don't remember who put this status up on their Facebook, but it was a question about men and if they were allowed to have self-care, and when they do talk about self-care in some form, that people think that they're selfish. And I basically said, well, I think it's one because I think we haven't taught self-care to men in the same way, but also it depends on how you say it, because it can come out with ego attached to it, and it can come out narcissistic, and it can come out like, well, I'm gonna take care of me. But it can be that, or when the ego is dying and when the ego is dead and put to rest, and you really trying to do that, then it comes out more like, hey, yo, I gotta take care of me. Instead of like, I gotta take care of me and worry about everybody else. Like it's gotta be like, I gotta take care of me. Like I gotta work on me. And I think we have to learn that when it comes out that other way, it is most likely about something else. Until you can check your own feelings and say, yo, I don't think this reaction and this tone matches up with what I just said. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think we have to hold ourselves accountable for. You know what I'm saying? I think that we have to walk in our truth, but I think that we have to find a way to understand that everything we do can affect the circle around you. And so, no, it's not about being overindulgent in giving people what they want and doing things the way that they want you to do it. But what it is you got to be aware. You need to be aware that you're putting out that vibe, that energy. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to check yourself. That's the main goal, is to be able to check yourself. If you are moving in a certain way, I don't care what you feel. I don't care if you feel happy. I don't care if you feel excited. I don't care what you feel like. If there's a part of you that knows that it is attached to something that energetically around you, your world, and then the world outside of that, right? Not just your nucleus, but the world outside of that. Like, is it affecting someone else? Are you indirectly causing trauma? Are you directly causing trauma? Are you adding on to your karma? Are you adding on to someone else's karma? Yeah, sure, it's exhausting and nobody wants to move like that and think like that all the time. But at some point, we have to put our needs aside and we have to be like, am I doing this for the greater good? And no, everything can't be for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? But the greater good is also like what's good for you. But what's good for you, not what feels good. There's difference, right? There's plenty of things that feel good that ain't good for us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about that. But, so I had to step back and realign my energy, because I was like, all right, let me make sure I'm checking myself. Let me make sure I'm not, out here moving fugazi. You know what I'm saying? So, and we slip up and it happens because that means the cycle wasn't done. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure the cycles are done. Ultimately, what my end goal in every aspect is just for things to be better. So whether I'm arguing with people, whether I'm talking to people about my beliefs, whether I'm talking to them about politics, whether I'm talking about religion, whether I'm talking about anything, I'm ultimately trying to get everybody in a place where we can see that there's a more simple way of living around each other as humans, and a way to be loving and caring without all this chaos. You know what I'm saying? We have so many rules and regulations. Like, yo, like we just, I don't even know if we've really seen like the potential that humans have for real, like in a 3D level, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if we've ever really seen it as a whole because we have restricted ourselves and boxed ourselves in and gave us each other these standards to live by. And I think it makes it very difficult to find out who you are and how to balance yourself, you know? I don't know. It's crazy. That's all I know. It is crazy. But yeah, so let me try to pull some energies. But yeah, so I just really want to talk about that. Like, but clean out your trauma, guys. Like, don't just let things sit by and you just letting things fester and you're not cleaning. Like, let me break this down. If you've been in any situation longer than 5 years, step back, reassess it, look at it. It's going the way it needs to go. Make a shift, and then keep going. You know what I'm saying? I think we stay in stuff too long. Just like in general, we stay in jobs too long that are toxic. We stay in relationships that are toxic too long. We stay in friendships too long. We stay um connected to certain family members who are toxic. We don't set our boundaries. We have to set boundaries. Boundaries does not mean I don't like you. You can't kick it with me. We can't be cool. We can't intermingle. We can't do this. You can't. It's not like, no, 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 you can't do this like that. It's just your personal boundaries where you feel comfortable as a human. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries. We have to have some boundaries for us, at least for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's comfort level is different. And, I don't expect to agree with everybody. And so, like, my thing is, like, when y'all see me get amped, if y'all see me, get into a debate with somebody, it is not because I want them to it's not because I want them to now be on my side with whatever I'm talking about. It is really about me being heard. It is really about you acknowledging that you hear me, that I am explaining it to you in a way that makes sense for me. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that it's we have to stop thinking that people are always trying to change people's minds. It's not so much that. Also, we have to stop having so much ego to think that your mind can't be changed. The fact that we think as humans, right, that we think that your perspective is the perspective. Like, there's a million perspectives. Now, there are some things that are not a perspective. There are some things that are just facts. But somehow we have attached perspectives to that as well. But your perspective is your perspective, but it doesn't mean that you should not take in other perspectives to see if your perspective needs to be adjusted. What makes you think? Why you got so much ego that you think your perspective is it? You know how much history there is in the world? Do you know how many theories there are? How many versions of things that we learn? Like, there is no way that anyone could be 100% sure that, like, your perspective is it. That's all I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I want to pull up. But yeah, so it's just, I want you guys to just be more open, be more understanding that everybody's on a different journey. But clean it up, y'all. Like, clean it up. I'm just tired of people being so weird and like so extra. And I don't understand. I just don't understand. That's all I can say. I don't understand. I don't understand how we've gotten to a place where other opinions are like a whole thing. Hold on. Weird and like so. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to. The way this thing is set up, it's like I can't really see all the comments. A great person told me that there's no such thing as failure. It's just timing. Higher power has the time for everything, and when it's time, it feels in line or works. And then when it's not time, it doesn't work, and it's not calling to practice when it comes weird. As long as I have a problem, facts, facts. Joffrey, hello, sir. But yeah, so I think we just gotta do better. Like, I just gotta I get so over humans sometimes because I can see that there's so many people that have the potential to tap into their intuition, to tap into their universal gifts, and people be so complacent, man. People don't be want to do that work, and then the work is not easy. I ain't gonna lie. It is not easy. It is a continuous journey. I'm exhausted of myself, but it's not in a bad way. Like, it's super dope to like see yourself evolve, but it is a nonstop job because things change, you change, everything changes. And I think we get so comfortable to this idea that people are supposed to stay a certain way. And it just don't work like that. But sometimes you have to make decisions that do not necessarily serve you, on a 3D level, but it will serve you in a 5D level, right? So you may not get to enjoy the physical 3D energy of whatever it is you're going after, right? Because you've like decided to make a better decision or decided to go in the right direction. But on a 5D level, your soul gets to celebrate the way that you thought you were going to feel in the 3D with that choice you made. I don't even know if that just made sense, but it made sense to me. But I just like really think back to like our child's minds, right? Like your brain when you're a child. It's so simple. It's so like, this is why people talk about your inner child, because it's super important. It's so important that we tap into that inner child. Like, it's really important because it keeps us afloat. Like, yo, we would have so much fun right now. We just like all went out into a big ass field, wear our masks, and have a water gun fight. You know what I'm saying? And we would be super, super, super excited, right? And so it's really, we lose so much of that. We lose so much of that innocence. And unfortunately, there are some who didn't even get to experience that when they were young, And so, but understand that you can always tap back into that. I think we're being too serious these days. Like, I think we need, people be super confused about my stuff. Like, I'll be talking about politics, but I'll be laughing. I'll be talking about astrology and I might crack a joke. I might be talking about racism and I might crack a joke. I'm just saying, I've had to learn to not carry the things that I have been through and that have happened in a way where it weighs you down. Like, people talk to me and I'll be casually talking to them about my life and things that have happened or done or gone through or experienced. And they just look at me at the end of that conversation like, what? Like, I didn't know you went through all that. I mean, yeah, because like, I don't have to be the bitter Betty that walks in every day to work with the heavy ass cloud around them because they want everybody to ask them what's wrong. Like, see, there are those people too that want you to soak that cloud in and want you to be like, Like, and see, I used to be a sucker for that. I used to be a sucker in that, and those are the energy vampires, okay? But there are some people who legitimately just be going through shit, and we just press on. You know what I'm saying? And I deal with it, when I deal with it. And then sometimes it explodes. Sometimes you ain't dealing with it the way you think you should be dealing with it. And then sometimes that shit just come out. And I think we have to be more forgiving to ourselves. Like, I think we're really hard on ourselves. It's like, as humans in general, we get so hard. Like, that's where guilt and shame and all this, the universe and God and whoever you believe in, they did not say that was going to be easy, that was going to be, and I just believe that the God that I believe in would not want me out here, stressing, like, not to be some perfect human. Like, that is not what we should be trying to attain. We should be trying to attain balance. Balancing that masculine, that feminine side of ourselves, that masculine side of ourselves, that yin yang. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to balance that. We do not have enough people that are walking this earth right now who are balancing that energy, and it's scary. That is why there are, so many women who are having to be more assertive than usual. This is why there are men who are tapping into their emotions in a different way. Like, we are not balanced, though. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we have to do that, but we have to do it in balance. It is dangerous when it's not. It's dangerous when a masculine has too much masculine. It's dangerous when a woman has too much feminine. It's dangerous when a woman has too much masculine. It's dangerous when a man has too much feminine. Like, it has to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that when I'm in my more aggressive side, that my masculine energy is having to overcompensate for something else. You know what I'm saying? Most days, I just want to be a Care Bear. Okay? Most days, I want to be an actual unicorn and a Care Bear and really be on some hippie shit, right? But that ain't the world we live in. At least that ain't the world I live in, where I can even allow myself to be that all the time. Because I have the time I got to be on guard and making sure that I ain't, I don't have to protect myself, And so, yeah, I ask for protection on a daily basis. But I'm talking about, there's some, the stuff that I've had to fight is so unnecessary. At least on my end, it's unnecessary. But people are gross, Like, people can get some type of funny, and people can get real strange. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all. I said I was gonna pull some cards. I'm just wrapping y'all up, and y'all just, I'm so sorry. I just be sitting here wrapping y'all up. I can't help it. Sometimes I just need to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, today was one of those days because I've been low key heated for the last couple of days, and I'm tired. And I told, I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, Mom, I love you. I want you to know that nothing I do from here on out is to, hurt you, bother you, put you in a strange position. But from here on out, I'm gonna move the way I need to move, with my career and with my passions and with my my gifts. And she was with it because that's what my mother is. But it was hard, even when I tell her certain things that, maybe something I was raised in, and, I have to explain to her, like, why I don't feel that way anymore. And, and it becomes a little deaf. But once I explain it, she'll be like, all right, cool. That's your life. You got to live your life. I can't live your life, but we're so hard on each other, like, as family, right? When you real close to your family, like, you can be real hard on them. And I think we gotta lighten up. The world is hard enough on us. You know what I'm saying? The world is hard enough. And sometimes people just need to navigate, and they need to figure out who they are. And we got to give people the time for that. Now, if it's an unsafe situation, then that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? They still need that time, but that means they just need different support. And I think we have to do that. Like, people think I'm crazy because I would just hit up one of my random friends I ain't talked to, or a family member, and I'd be like, yo, I got a message, like, I feel like you need a reading. And I don't press them out, but I might just say something, you know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy these days, but like, I'll be talking to people regular, and then something will trigger something, and I'll just be like, eh. But but yeah, we ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure I'm gonna make a billion more mistakes in life. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate the road that I've been on. I appreciate the things that I've been through. What I've had to go through, the things that I've gone through to get to where I am. Yeah, because I'm stubborn. So probably. My cycles end when they supposed to end, just like everybody else's. But am I better at catching those cycles now quicker? Absolutely. Do I stay in them as long? No. Do I see something that looks familiar and be like, that looks familiar, I'm gonna walk away from this. It's like, you know, and it is like, and it's so weird how those signs come out, yo. Like, those signs will be very strange little tiny signs. Like, you know what? I think I'm not gonna do that today. And when you feel that, don't. Like, when you feel that, don't. Do not. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Don't do it. If it feels like, you be like, this don't feel right, or I don't feel comfortable, get your ass out. Get your ass out. And also, like, stop staying in stuff and suffering. People be out here, yo. We had a whole conversation. We had a whole live conversation about traditional marriage versus non-traditional marriage, right? And I think, like, my family part thought I was gonna come on there and be like, no marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like, we out here, we just out here hanging, no. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some cards. I may be able to pull if y'all ask me a question individually. Kind of freestyling right now. So whatever signs come up out of this deck, it might just be a collective. But yeah, so and then the other things, like, so about like tarot cards, like, people are kind of scared of tarot cards because the pagan background and things like that, right? But now, which is really dope, is there are so many types of decks. Like, this deck that I'm using now is the Light Series Tarot, and it's really cool. It's very different. Like, I have a bunch of different ones, but I have like different oracle cards, like these, like Work Your Light, stuff like that, because I like my cards to feel good. Like, I don't like to pick dark cards. I don't like to pick they cards that a unicorn would use. But it's weird. It's like, so like, when I started doing like private readings, it was kind of by accident. Like, it was like, okay, I accidentally did it one day. Like, I was practicing tarot and I was doing like my Unikoy Intuitions on IG, which were just 15-minute videos, right? And there was one of my friends. Well, at the time I didn't really know her, but my godbrother was friends with her. And I've been following her on IG, and I just saw her post something, and it just really, I don't know, I just started getting messages for her. And I hit her in her DM like, yo, this is strange, but like, when is your birthday? Like, I just asked her birthday, and we started talking, and then I just started reading her, and went through her birth chart and stuff like that. And I ended up on the phone with her after that, and I'm just talking, like, I'm really just like breaking her personality down, and then talking to the things that the messages I was receiving. And she's sitting on the other end, like, yo, like, how do we not even know each other? And you just did all that. I was like, I don't know. And I know I'm a public person where I ask a lot of questions. So I know people, I know this is not that weird that I'm doing it, but I don't know. It was one of those moments where it was like, oh my God, like I can do that. Like I can do directed messages. Like, and then I was on live the other day and somebody asked me like a random question or they just gave me their birthday. And I just intuitively, started going in and it resonated with them. And um, so every day I learn something new about my gifts. Every day they open up more. It's weird. I don't know. And today I was just like, I'm gonna come on, and if I feel like doing some tarot readings, then I might do some tarot readings. But yeah, I am gonna pull some cards. I am gonna pull some cards. Okay, so we've already shuffled. This is for the collective of 2020. Okay. So the Tower in reverse, the Star. That's a dope card. Cool. Cool. Yeah, the Star, the Tower in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the World in reverse. So it was the end of a cycle. That's interesting. And that's interesting, like the way it looks too, because like this is the Tower, and then like this being the World in reverse, they're both in reverse. So it was like the end of a cycle, but like the end of a cycle. Like, so this may be past energy. So coming out of a cycle and then getting into that star energy, getting into that like, that good light. Getting firm in yourself. Ten of Pentacles, like receiving your Ten of Pentacles, getting your family, getting your stability. Then the Knight of Wands comes in with the Three of Pentacles. And the end of a cycle. This Aquarius energy. And fire energy and earth energy. Might have been a third party situation. 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Magician in reverse. Okay. There was some type of loss. Somebody walked away from a situation or a situation just ended. Like, it's 10 of Wands, right? Like, she's got her little bags packed. Yeah, for sure, Joffrey. The retrogrades, right? Okay, see, this is what people don't understand. Like, I know people talk about the Mercury retrograde and stuff like that, and they start joking about it, but y'all, the shit is real, okay? And right now, the past few months, we have been in a few retrogrades. Like, there's been like three of them that were in like circulation all at one time. Then we had the Leo portal. It is so much happening energetically. This is why the world's so crazy right now. So things, it's time for some things to die. It's time for some things to clear. There's a reason for all of that, and that is actually what this feels like. And actually, the crazy part is, even when I pull for other signs, it still feels like this. So there's a lot of this. There's a lot of transition. There's a lot of people coming into their families and bonding with their families because of the quarantine, all the other stuff. And then there's people who are ending cycles because people have been trapped in the house with people, and they like, hey, yo, I can't keep doing this. People that lost their jobs, and they're like, you know what? I don't think I can go back to that job. Oh, son. Hey, son. Technology wild right now, son. Check, yo. And for me, like, that's not conducive to me making a living because I am a graphic designer. I am a marketing person. I do social media. I do live streaming. So it has been fun. And then on the flip side, the whole world, has been on the internet a lot more. So, that's the other thing. This in particular, though, has got some fire energy and pentacles. And my sister said something interesting. Like, she's a therapist. She's a licensed therapist, and they've had her field has had a lot of people going through breakups and divorces, just in the quarantine. I don't like the magician reverse though. That is manipulative energy. I mean, also it could just be that you're not able to manifest the things that you want. But I also read that as manipulation. It's like there was a tower moment, or a tower moment was avoided. It's like one person stepped away and ended a cycle. She just seems by herself, right? Like she's like she's kind of like by herself, and then she's in the reverse, and she's sad. Like she looks sad, and gender is doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. We have male and feminine energy, um, feminine and masculine. We when you hear people saying he, she, and time, just does not matter in tarot readings. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Y'all can watch a reading from a year ago, and that gem will resonate right now. Guarantee that. This energy is so weird because it's like somebody's walking away, but someone manipulated something in this situation. Besides the fact we're all being manipulated in this world anyway. The Emperor in reverse, Nine of Wands. It's a lot of fire and Ten of Cups. Okay. Yo, so I call this jump. This Emperor looks so much like my business partner, and then it also looks like his brother. Like it looks like. So I always have to like, Matt, this looks just like you, son. Why does that look like you? Like, I don't understand. Look like he dressed just like that baby. Looking like him and his brother. That is hilarious to me. But yeah, the Emperor in reverse. Mm, this could be about 45 because I think it's so interesting the Emperor in reverse came after the Magician in reverse. There was definitely some manipulation with this Emperor energy. Nine of Wands, like somebody's just standing in they, like, I'm gonna stand here because I'm gonna get my 10 of Cups because that's what I'm gonna do and that's what it is. And you gonna do it, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? 4 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Cups, 6 of Swords in reverse. Ooh, this is getting juicy. I be so nosy, y'all. I be so nosy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Cause some of this don't, like, some of these stories be wide and people be hitting me up later and I'll be like, oh, is that what that was about? Okay. Um okay. It kind of confirms that I was like, I just feel like there's a lot of people on the table though. Who is all these people? There's no balance. I know that. Like the 4 of Wands being in reverse, right? That ain't good. Like there's no balance. That you ain't manifesting nothing. But also, like, somebody just might have too many dudes, too many jumps, too many sunsets. Yeah, because 7 of Cups, like that's delusion, but that also look like us in the world. I think this might be a personal reading for someone, but I also think it's a collective reading, you know, because this delusions right here, this is like everybody trying to figure out who they gonna vote for. That's what that look like. That looks like the corona. It look like racism. Like we don't know which way is up, right? Well, we know, but and then not going on that journey, like you know, your journey done ended. That John was in the reverse, like you. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Oh Lord, see, but that's what be happening. People be jumping in these readings because this is yeah. This is. Let me tell y'all something though. The quarantine has brought on the most interesting readings. I thought people were going to be more low key in the quarantine, but hey, Bama's is out here racking up drama in the quarantine. Like I'm like, y'all supposed to be staying away from people, but how y'all getting more people? How Bama's dating more, doing more in the quarantine? How you act like how Bama's be at home, right, with their family, but you can still see your side job? How does this happen? Where is everybody? So the 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. It's a lot of Pentacles. It's a lot of Pentacles on the table. This could be a financial situation. Queen of Wands in reverse, 4 of Cups in reverse. Oh. 2 of Pentacles like balancing something, trying to figure out what to do. Queen of Swords, like she don't have a lot of emotions. She is insightful. She can be insightful, right? She can be all those things, but she can also like cut you with her words. But she also like ain't having it. She got her boundaries. Queen of Wands in what is with these wands? Queen of Wands is in reverse. See, I love the little Queen of Wands card, right? But I don't like that she in the reverse though. And then the Magician was in reverse, and the World was in reverse. This is messy. It's only messy because I can't see what the end goal is. Because what's throwing me off is the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups is in the upright, but the World in reverse, the Magician reverse, the Emperor in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, and then the Star is there. And the 4 of Cups. Somebody's going through it. Somebody can't figure out what decision to make, but I don't know. I don't know. Four cups. Somebody's going through it. Somebody can't figure out. First of all, I can't. Just as we're talking about technology. Yeah, see, except so many reversals. I don't know what I can't see the opportunity here. Like, it's like, okay, well, there's the opportunity. That Page of Pentacles. Okay. Because it was like not on the table and nothing was coming into a cup. But somebody is definitely some type of like, somebody wants some balance in their love situation. Knight of Swords, something's coming in swift though. Strength in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. There may have been some conflict with a Leo. Fire energy. There's definitely a lot of fire energy. So it could be Leo, Aries, Sag. Five of Wands in reverse. That's good though. That they're coming out of conflict. To go into what though? To the y'all, it's definitely is more than one party here. Because the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands, I think I just jumped into like some side piece shit. I feel like I did. Why is the Three of Wands here? The Knight of Cups in reverse. Why is the Knight of Cups in reverse? Where did he come from? The Moon in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. Somebody is over conflict. Somebody's running towards or away from something, but they're trying to figure out how to balance this situation. This Knight of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then this Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. What the hell is coming in? Money and honesty and truth. Maybe some grounding. I feel like it's honesty. Why is that Hierophant just in Hierophant reverse? Somebody breaking up with somebody. Seven of Swords. Nine of Swords in reverse. So everybody on this table, boy. You got swords, cup. You got a lot of cups, though. Not a lot of emotion. Okay, so the Hierophant is usually when it's in the upright, right? This is a cool Hierophant card. I like this Hierophant card. All the other Hierophant cards are like, you know, marriage, like governmental standards for like relationship rules and you know, blah blah blah. All the stuff I don't care. So I don't know why that's there, but I'm gonna put that there. But it was in the reverse. I really think this is a breakup. Or someone's walking away from a connection or some sort. It just feels like there's like a family here. I just don't see no like actual parties, so they might have already walked away. Four swords in reverse. Somebody's cutting some words though. Queen, there she go. Okay, Queen of Cups in reverse. Why is the Queen of Cups in reverse? Seven of Pentacles. She's in reverse because she's planting her seeds. The Knight of Cups or the Emperor. They might be the same person. There was some type of connection here and some type of manipulation and something. I don't like the moon in reverse. Why is the moon in reverse? I don't like that in reverse at all. Why is the moon in reverse? Two of Swords. Yeah, somebody feels trapped, but they're not. They can just take the blindfold off, right? You just take the blindfold off. I'm gonna pull out. I want to reshuffle these cards. Where is? There's a couple of we know there's wands on the table, right? We're gonna bring out that Queen of Wands, that Queen of Cups, and there was another. We could bring out the Emperor, but I don't like him in reverse. Where is the Knight of Cups? Where the hell did he go? Oh, there he is. Because from what I can tell, those are the parties involved. Or the Emperor. Where's the Emperor? I'm gonna leave him there because he was in the reverse. Actually, I think all of these are in reverse. Okay. Then that's also interesting. So when you got a Queen of Wands in reverse, a Queen of Cups in reverse, and a Knight of Cups, hey son, that is a situation. It's an entanglement like shit. That's what that is. It's an entanglement. This is what an entanglement looks like. That's what it looked like. It's when all of these parties is in the reverse. It's so good. Okay. So Queen of Swords, no, Queen of Wands. Um, Queen of Wands, which is fire energy, that is Aries, Leo, Sag. Knight of Cups, that is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Queen of Cups is also water energy. That is somebody who is nurturing and emotional and mothering and all intuitive, right? Knight of Cups, somebody that's like a little, got some emotions, maybe a little Rico Suave. He looked like a Rico Suave though. He looked like Rico Suave. I like, what I'm saying? He a little pretty boy, got the little roses, but he in the revert. All these people in the revert. And then the Queen of Wands, like very strong, fiery energy. Also can manifest things. Okay. Let's see what we got for these players. That little situation was getting a little too. I don't know. I felt like I was walking in somebody's bedroom. I was like, ooh, I gotta get out. I don't think I was invited in here. Zana. No. Why is this been a while? Nope, I don't like all those cards. So many cards. Why is it been a while here? Okay, 2 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Wands. Yeah, so this person is tired of waiting for their ships to come in, right? And it's sitting there contemplating, trying to figure out what ship they gonna hop on. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Okay. Six of Cups in reverse. Nostalgia, looking back on a old times, childhood friend, whatever. Looking back on old times. Definitely nostalgia. Right? Queen of Cups. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Ooh. What? It's only weird because the Queen of Cups, if I ask why she's here and it says the Knight of Swords in reverse, she can cut somebody's throat. Why is the Six of Cups here? Ace of Wands. They they're no longer looking back when they've decided to go with this wands, the Ace of Wands, or it's a new Ace of Wands is funny because wands can also be phallic. You know what I'm saying? Like it also be like, your magic stick, right? So like this king, I think this Knight of Cups attempted to talk to someone from their past and offer them this Ace of Wands. Why is Ace of Wands here? Six of Pentacles. They was trying to get something popping. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? The Ten of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Cups energy is in reverse. They've walked away from something, or they've stopped looking back to the past. They've decided to take something, go forward, and to get their Ten of Cups. Why is the King of Swords here in reverse? Queen of Pentacles. Why are all these major arcanas like in the same? How am I gonna ask for clarification of the Queen of Cups? You're gonna give me the Knight of Swords. Then you're gonna give me the Queen of Pentacles. Whoever this Queen of Cups is, they are powerful. Like, but they mad. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Okay. Two of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this Queen of Cups may not have. You know what's so funny? If a king or queen of wands was on this side, this person would have like all the elements, right? I think this Queen of Cups was probably a high priestess. Because this shit is like, this is not low vibrational. This is kind of low vibrational, the fire energy. The water energy, they in the reverse, they did something with somebody in the past and it didn't quite work out, but now I think they've decided to move forward. I think this is this person's mate, and I think this is not the person's mate. And they've decided they were weighing their options and they've decided to go, Seven of Wands, like that's really buckling down, meditating. And Ten of Swords in reverse, like, yeah, this, they're just walking away. Walking away. Why is it 3 of Wands here? 7 of Pentacles. They decided they want to plant their seeds. Why is the 7 of Pentacles here? 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay. I think there's some secrets that came out. I think there were some delusions or illusions. And I think why is 7 of Cups in reverse? The Hangman. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. 6 of Wands in reverse. This fire person, not okay. Four of Wands. Ace of Swords in reverse. 5 of Cups in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. This feels like somebody was been trying to work on something for a while. They've been trying to figure it out. They feel like there's been lies, deceit. Then they were just kind of just hanging out, waiting for some shit to pop off. That's what it looked like. And then lies, not still not making a decision. Looks like they might be wrong. Nine of Wands in reverse. This person is all out of sorts. King of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's the Emperor again. He's in the upright though. No money, no illusions. Emperor in reverse. Emperor in the upright. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but what it's starting to look like is this person is distraught. They not moving forward. There's no balance, but they're deciding to go with this Emperor or stay with this Emperor. Why is this no sword in reverse? First of all, when did I turn my deck over like that? Weird. Justice and 8 of Pentacles. So some truth came out, or some justice is coming out. Could have something to do with the court systems, documents, anything like that. 8 of Pentacles. This person's been manifesting. This person has been working very hard. This person's been working on their gifts. Queen of Swords in reverse. This person is coming out of having those boundaries set up and those walls set up. Why is the Queen of Swords? Okay. 9 of Cups and the Lovers. So they about to get some wish fulfillment with somebody. Okay. Fine. Locks and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Why is the Lovers here? Oh, that's funny. That flipped out. And didn't I say she was the High Priestess? I told y'all she was the High Priestess. Didn't I tell y'all that Queen of Cups was that? Because it was too many elements under her. Like every time I was like, well, what's up with her? And it would just be like another major arcana. Like, that's so funny. This High Priestess might be getting back to themselves. They might be their own lover. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think this person is going on some type of like self-discovery. They definitely have walked away from all this drama. They are manifesting their goals. The 10 of Cups is 9 of Swords. Judgment in reverse. Somebody was definitely swelling though. Like, I think they lost their King of Cups. King of Cups in reverse on the Knight of Cups. So this fool, this water cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, yo, energy terrible because it's like, I want this. Well, I want this. And it's like they want all this shit, right? But they want to manifest this. They want to go their pentacles. They want their cups. But how you gonna get all of that if you in if you in the Nine of Swords? If you up going through this, you lying. I think this person has decided to walk away and go get their bag. The fire energy. Why is the King of Cups in reverse? The Hermit. So they in hermit mode, which is like a water sign's favorite thing to do. I would know because I'm a water sign. Four of Swords. Okay, yeah. What I say? They distraught. Who the King of Wands? Where'd he come out? He fine. I'm gonna put him over here because I don't know why he here. Why are you here? Why is the King of Wands here? The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Page of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. It's like this person. Oh, okay. I got it. So this person was in hermit mode. They was thinking. Then they was feeling all wounded, burdened, and distraught. And then this King of Wands came in with an Ace of Pentacles, with a Page of Pentacles. So some type of offer. The Knight of Swords. But this person looks like they are running away from the offer. Or someone ran away from their offer. And they're acting like they stuck, but they're not stuck. That's going crazy. The Emperor, four Pentacles in reverse. Is this person another person? Five of Wands. Five of Wands here. It's some type of conflict. Oh Lord, there's a star again. What's that? Is that Aquarius energy? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The star in okay. I think this person just found out they whole person has been messing with a person, and they just been out here, and they all distraught. The Page of Cups. Ayo. Whoever this male, it is definitely male energy, but it's Cups energy. Whoever this energy is, they messy boots. They got a fire energy. They got and they ain't got no offers. Like they not a King of Cups. They not a Page of Cups. Like and then don't nobody want no Page of Cups anyway. Like this is. It's happened. Yeah. Knight of Wands. What's coming in? The Devil. Also Capricorn energy. But the manipulation. Look, he's like, oh, he did some shit. Look at this shit. Look at that. So it's like, come hither. Come on. I know that I have given you nothing. I have been in reverse this whole time. Or they the devil. Is this Wands person the devil? Why is the devil here? That's weird. Let's flip back in. Okay. Somebody walking away because something was Cancer. And since that came in right with Okay, so we're gonna say this water energy is Cancer, cause that chariot just popped up. There's water energy everywhere, right? So I'm gonna say this male is a Cancer, or this main party that is doing the messiness, right? And he looked wild as hell. Like the chariot is fast moving, is moving forward, is moving, just fast moving energy, right? Like he up there like a whole little wild boy, you know what I'm saying? Like he doing the wrong, you know what I'm saying? And he coming after this devil energy and the six of swords in reverse. Extension. They're not showing no emotions. This person is walking away from their emotions. Death and reverse, and they trying to avoid the end of this cycle, but it's the end of the cycle. So that's what's happening. So like the death and I'm laughing because like as I'm pulling the cards, I'm like as I'm talking, the cards are falling out. But the death and rebirth card is in the reverse, right? So they tried to avoid it, but it's still the end of the cycle. It don't matter. The world card is here. Sorry. Stepping out on faith. And as soon as they did that, they lost their patience. Oh, I don't think they were stepping out on faith. I think they saying there needed to be a death and a rebirth, but you trying to avoid it with this fire sign, right? It's a feminine fire sign. And it's the end of the cycle, right? So you can get your happy. Except you lost except you a fool. I'm gonna tell you right now, this fool card in this moment does not mean stepping out on faith. This is an actual fool. This fool is about to lean off the water because they don't have no patience, which means they probably went the fuck off and they went off with this love connection. The Three of Swords. It's heartbreak. They're heartbroken. But also, like, why was you here with this page this whole time? Like, look at this page though. How you a Queen of Wands at one point, and you out here risking everything for a page. Shrek. End of a cycle. Y'all play with me when y'all want to with that wheel and that tower. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Hey. Hey. It's not funny, but it's funny because when we did that first spread, I felt all of this, right? And then y'all saw me like bring it down, like, all right, let me see if I can pull the players out. But now I can't right back to it though. And this person is just stupid. Yeah. This person is all in the reverse. This person was playing too many games and now he don't know what he wants. Yo, there you do. He wants his 10 of Pentacles. But what is that though? What is the 10 of Pentacles? That's what I want to know. He don't know. 7 of Swords. So he basically walking around like, I don't know what I want because but this is what I want. That's what's dangerous about manifesting. Do not manifest things unless you are 100% sure what the hell you manifesting, because you be out here manifesting the wrong thing. What is this tower moment? Is this a different tower? Messy ass situation. I think this is a third party situation. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think there's a main person, like a main relationship that has like maybe kids and stuff, and then there's like another person, and it's like under the nostalgia. And I think there's strong connections, but I think something got crossed and something happened. Ba-da-da-da-da. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. I just want to see one more thing. Okay. Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Somebody messed up somebody's plan. This Queen of Swords, this like wand energy and this Emperor reverse. Somebody got cut up. Yeah, somebody got cut up with this Aquarius or water energy, and they walked away. They was like, "I'm tired of your shit, and I'm out. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, my guy." Oh yeah, now they oh I made the swords. I'm bound, and I just don't know what to do with myself. I just don't know what to happen. I think that fire sign gonna go off and make her bread and leave this family. But I think he gonna be left behind. I think the high priestess ain't gonna stay with her. The 5 of Wands, yeah, conflict, same thing. So we're done with that. We're gonna get some advice. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. Entanglements. I don't have an issue with entanglements. If it goes with your contract, and I was talking about that the other day when we was talking about the like traditional versus non-traditional marriage. Like, it's weird. It's like I believe in a union. I believe in that. It's hard for me to be like, I believe in marriage because it's still a part of a larger system that I have an issue with, right? And I'm talking about like marriage contract, like on paper, was still created by a system that I'm diligently trying to dismantle. So I believe in union. I believe in monogamy sometimes. I mean, like, it's different times of life. And what I mean by that is like I believe in respect. I'll say that. I believe in respect. I don't necessarily think that when we share our bodies with other people that it has to be such a disrespectful thing. But I don't know how to explain it. I know how I feel when I'm like out here, like and dating, but I don't maneuver that way. Like I'm personally maneuver individually, right? Like, so if I meet somebody, like I maneuver with that connection individually. I don't like go out here and just be dating dudes and be like, this is what I want from every single dude. Like every dude I meet, this is the end goal. And like that's not. I don't maneuver like that. Like I'm way more of a sapiosexual. So like I'm very much like intrigued by intellect and things like that. But I just don't like to be caged. Like I don't like to feel caged. Like, I don't like to feel like somebody wants to own me or like possess me or control me. And I don't want to do that to someone else. Like that's why I use the word partnerships, because it's like I want to be in a situation where I feel supported, but I don't necessarily be out here like, if you put your dick in somebody, like that's it. Like I don't, it just really depends on the person. It depends on the situation. Like don't harm me. Don't make decisions that will change our situation without me being aware. But I can't do the like. I've done relationships, right? Like y'all know, like 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, I was in a 5-year relationship and definitely thought it was going towards marriage and things like that. But it just it doesn't align with me in the way that I feel like it's presented in this country in particular. Because I think what we have misunderstood about the actual contract of marriage, like to me, that's just like, I feel like that's just like a marriage contract that you're signing to say that you're being monogamous. Like I don't know if it means anything else. Like everybody be like, but you did it before God, but you can do anything before God at any time that you want to. So like I guess I think about it like that. Like and whatever works for you works for you. Like I actually really don't care what people do. Like I really don't care who people love, how they choose to love, how they choose to move. Cause I just don't care. Like if you're happy, then you happy, you know. Also because I don't want to be judged. Like I don't necessarily move in that way. Like if I was younger, right? I'm 39 now. But if I was like my younger self, but I think the way that I think now, like I probably would have had like a whole village that I would have just built. I would have just been like, these are the baby daddies that I like. They cool. They all serve a different purpose. And they like some other junk. And then we gonna all raise our kids together. Like, I mean, if I was younger, that's probably how I would move. Right now, I'm more so like whatever is meant for me to have in this life is meant for me to have in this life. But like, you know, I don't know. People be so crazy out here with the rules and the looking through phones and the possession. And I think if we didn't have all that, then it wouldn't actually be that hard to be in a relationship. It wouldn't be that. I don't think everything has to be such a betrayal. It's like you wanted to look at someone else naked. You betrayed me. Well, I'm a human and you're a human. So it's basically like, you know, and I tell people all the time, it's like a utopia, you know? Like I get it. Like I get that things like socialism freak people out. But like the reason so much control, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand what it's like when you go somewhere, especially when you go out the country, right? Like I remember I went to Greece. I was there for 2 weeks for a study abroad program, and I felt there was definitely some things that were you know, like regular worldly things you have to deal with, but um I felt so free not being here and being judged by us, like just as Americans in general. And I'm not saying they didn't judge us over there, they absolutely did. But I felt free that I didn't have to like answer to people I knew. It was one of those things. It was like I can move however I want to out here, you know? And I try to do that in real life. But you know, when you live in close vicinity to people, when you know, spend a lot of time with people, your family, whoever, like they see everything. So yeah, let's pull these oracle cards. Give me all my business. Um, but I think that if we find a way to balance things out, yo, like we got so many rules. I hate it. Like I hate it, and it's not like, and I know, like I remember when I was having that conversation, I think that everybody was waiting for us to be like, yeah, we believe in this and we believe in this, but like it really wasn't like that because it's like I don't necessarily believe or don't believe in a structure of a relationship, right? Like if you into polygamy, cool. If you in a polyamorous situation, cool. If you got an open marriage, cool. If you got, I just don't like really like the lying thing. Like I can't, and I think that's the issue with cheating. I don't think it's so much that people are physically doing something with somebody else. I think it's like I think it's because we called it cheating. Like I think it's I really feel like it's because we called it cheating and monogamy was basically a rule put into play to control women from not enjoying themselves and men so that they could mess with other men. I don't know, you know, like these rules that were they were not made by us. So it's very strange. People mistake structure for safety. That is true, actually. The only reason a lot of us put structure into these relationships is for safety. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I thought that men could be responsible and not bring home diseases or babies that we don't ain't prepared for, or a joke, you know, popping up at the house, I kind of wouldn't care what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, that ain't the way men are set up most times. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you could have that conversation and you can create that blueprint, then yeah, sure. Right, right. Why they cleave to the idea of marriage and not matrimony and the union. Right. And I think that's the issue I have, because I very much believe in you committing to a person. Like, I very much believe in that. But I also know that we're human and there are so many different connections, and sometimes we in the wrong connection. Sometimes we on the wrong path and we think it's the right path. So like and that's the other thing. I'm so glad you said that, because the misconception is, I think that people think that marriage, immediately when you get married, that means that person's gonna follow the ideal, the rule of monogamy. Like, to me, people think you get married and then that's it. Like, this is who I'm with, and then it's gonna work out. And if it don't work out, we're gonna struggle through it and make it work. And I'll be like, I hear words like that, and I don't like it. I don't wanna be no part of that. We're gonna pull some romance angles, because I thought that was about money, and it was just so much messiness on the table. So and these are very interesting cards, but I'm gonna use these and see what we can get. But yeah, like, so I don't know, man. People be stressed out here. I be listening to people in their relationships, and I be like, look, I love being booed up and being with somebody, but I also like want the option of like being by myself and sleeping alone. And then sometimes I want to sleep with you, and sometimes I don't. And then sometimes I want to be around you, sometimes I don't. Like, I don't know. People be trying to be too codependent out here, and really need to just co-create and create that blueprint that works for them. Sure, we can have separate rooms and have one room where we just like we get booed up in. Cause like, even in my last relationship, like, we had a completely different sleep schedules, and that shit was blowing me. I was like, hey, we gotta do something about this, cause we sleep completely different. And I just think that it doesn't need to be like, oh, you don't love me anymore, and you don't want to be around me, and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't need to be that. Like, I was just like, yo, I can't sleep if you do this. And then he would be like, all right, cool, my bad. I'll switch it up. But romance angel for that crazy reading. That reading was wild. So, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Which one though? The high priestess is the only one that's walking around with, like, she got all the goods happening with her. Trust, this situation is calling for you to have faith. Oh, maybe that full card was for faith. But who? I don't know. Playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And that's so funny, because then remember I talked to you guys about your inner child. And I think that's really important in a relationship. First of all, I only like fun relationships, okay? If we can't have fun and laugh, and I'm not saying all the time, that's not realistic, but if we can have fun and laugh and chill and relax and sometimes go out and sometimes not, and like, if I can't sit in the house with you on a Saturday and enjoy my time with you, then we can't be together. And I don't mean every Saturday, but if I cannot do it, if I can't sit in the house with you on a rainy day and I'm reading a book and you doing something else, and then we good, or we both read each other, or we both just looking at our phones, or we watching movies together. Like, if I can't do that and coexist with you in a way where I can keep my sanity, like, then you ain't the one for me. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, which that's why there's so many pentacles. Also, I think people are in different situations right now and more high strung, because money is a thing right now. Like, so who knows why people get involved in the situations they get involved in? Who knows why, one person might be getting action and somebody ain't? You don't know. Unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Yeah, like, it really, I'm gonna be honest with you, it looked like everybody in that junk walked away. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like everybody in that junk walked away. These are the Shine from the Inside. Brittany Carmichael. I really like these. They're really pretty. I just got these like a week or two ago. Um, uh, I don't know. Okay, let's get some messages for this storyline. So, ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. Well, that's for damn sure. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. Because if that shit look messy, then your inner world is messy. If you in a situation that got that many players and that many situations, like somebody needed to walk away. Keep your thoughts positive. Journal it out and write how you feel. Yo, journaling is the whole thing. So like I tell people all the time, like when you write things, it manifests things differently, right? So when you write things and you it just resonates differently. So what I actually suggest people do is write and read it out loud. It definitely helps you see it clearly. It definitely helps you clear up what's happening. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, like if this situation resonated at all in any way, you definitely need a journal. Definitely need a journal because it's a lot of confusion. It looks like a lot of hurt. You are pure magic. Well, thank you. Allow unlimited abundance. Like, and there was like an issue with the pentacles because also like when you don't have things cleaned up, you ain't gonna get your money in either. Let go of control and relax into flow. But that's what I'm talking about with relationships. Like I think that we need to stop trying to control humans. Like we are not robots. We're not robots. That's just we're just not. Sorry. Breathe in bliss and exhale the bullshit. Sometimes exhale the bullshit. That looked like what card was that? The 7 of Wands? No. Which wands was that? They look like that. 6 of Wands? Turn criticism into kindness. There wasn't a lot of kindness. There wasn't a lot of emotions flowing. That was a tower moment that is in the middle of like still crumbling and needing to be cleaned up. That is what I saw with that. I like these because they're just kind of nature driven. I'm gonna caught y'all's heads off. I'm so sorry. Seek your answers within. That's listening to your intuition. Know you belong. Know you. I don't know where you belong, little dragon kitty, but you belong. He is a little dragon kitty. Honor Gaia, which is again really listening to your spirit guides, listening to your intuition. Know your power. And I think we don't sometimes. Nurture all you love. Yeah, because I think the one thing that was missing in this situation, we are all connected. I think what was missing was a lack of love. It looks like it was a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of lies. Embrace spirit. Like this is the time, you guys. Like if you guys are not tapped into something higher than yourselves in 2020, you need to find it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Like you have to find something. You gotta find a way to maintain. There's too much going on for us to not get grounded. Like the work that's about to happen and go down, y'all gotta be right, because those who ain't gonna be right gonna get left behind. You hear me? Be without malice. Let the emotions flow. There was no emotions in that read, and right now, I did feel a lot of malice, but it felt like it was from the fire energy. The wand side felt a little bit like that, which is why I think the cups, like the Queen of Cups, I think that's why she walked off, because she wasn't trying to be involved in whatever they was about to go through. Embrace the dark, but that's important, because that's really about and show that you care, because that's really about you understanding your demons, understanding your trauma, understanding those things that make you dark, that dark side. If you don't embrace it, then how does one deal with it? If you don't embrace it, how does one make sure that doesn't come out and cut somebody's head off? How do we make sure that we don't drown by that if we don't acknowledge it? There are a lot of people who like to ignore those things. You have to heal them, and then you have to understand why they're there. Then you have to understand, how can I combine this with my other half of myself so that I can actually make myself more powerful. Knowing your power means embracing that side, those sides of you that you may not be cool with. You know what I'm saying? Not to repress them. Like, what's that gonna do? They just sitting there festering and just waiting to come out. They ain't gonna come out the wrong time. They don't never come out the right time. Also, I tell people all the time, if you get signs, utilize that, or the universe gonna come in and take care of it. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you bullshit, the universe is gonna amp it up way more than you wanted it to be. And like, oh my God, like it just happened to me like 2 or 3 times. And it wasn't like I wasn't in the process of handling these things. It was just I hadn't gotten there quick enough. Or at least for the universe, I didn't get there quick enough. And they took care of it, and that was not pleasant. Got the job done in the end. But sometimes you do not want to go through that. You hear me? But I don't know. I don't like that reading. It sounds so stressful. Man, I just be wanting to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Build, get action. Like, um, I am a highly sexual person. Doesn't mean that I, share that with more than one person. But just like me, my energy, and so um that can get you into trouble sometimes, because sometimes you make choices based upon that, or sometimes you miss things. You go first, the universe will catch you. And that's the other thing. So if there's things you need to take care of, I guarantee you are scared of it, but the universe will take care of you. The universe will, make sure that you can process that, right? You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. But yeah, like I just really want people to tap in to their higher selves, and I also want them to tap into their inner child. Like, it's time for people to have more fun. I be looking at some people like, ew, do you even enjoy your mate? Or like people be like having fake fun. They'd be like, you know what I hate? I call that the New Year's fun, where it'd be like the couples that are actually like toxic all year round, and then New Year's comes and they're like all booed up, and they are like, oh my God, that's a new year with my band, da, 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 da. And then they be so terrible with each other, and they be like, y'all are celebrating going into another year, that shit. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. I be laughing every year, like, oh man, these couples are still together and they miserable, and people really think that you're supposed to be out here suffering in your relationships. Like, struggling and suffering. I ain't about to finish struggle and suffer in nothing. Okay? So I already gotta do it in real life. What I'm not fitting to do is do that with my boo. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have fun and get naked out here in these streets with my dude. You know, that I ain't trying to be out here, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the shenanigans. People is wild out here, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. People is wild. But like, so it's just balance, man. Like I be so over talking to I can't talk to my friends, like my actual friends, about their relationship because I be so quick to give them an alternative. Like I be you said what? No, that sounds terrible. Y'all need to write a new blueprint. And they just look at me like, a new blueprint? Yeah. There is nobody on this earth that can tell you what you can have in your relationship. That is a contract between you and the other party that you are with. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a blueprint that you create. It can look whatever way you want. If Will and Jada said this is what we do, and sometimes we got off times, and you can smash somebody, but he better be over there in that wing over there, so I can't see him, and then vice versa, and then we sign these NDAs, and then what's up? Like if that's how you have to have a healthy relationship to have that. Also, stop assuming that your mate should have covered every single thing you need in life. And what I mean by that is, let's say, perfect example, great example, actually. You should have things in common. And what I mean by that is, you should have things in common, but if you don't have enough things in common, both parties need to be willing to exchange experiences and share those things and see if it's something they're interested in, right? But what I do not want to see is people out here thinking that your partner has to be down for every single thing that you do. Like, okay, like let's say our agreement is we do family stuff together and then cool, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, blah, 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 right? But if one year I come to you and I be like, hey, can we not do the routine this year? Like, can we do this, this, and this? Like, let's have a discussion about it, right? If things boring, or if you come across an energy or a connection that you didn't know, you want to see what's up with it. Like, you like, I don't know what this is, da 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 da. Let's have a discussion about it. Even if it's about another person. Let's have a discussion about it before you start going out here lying and being behind my back. You know what I'm saying? Because you might not even have to do all of that. Then I think it's like the only reason not the only reason. There's a lot of reasons that I have an issue. I don't have an issue with the Jada and Will thing, like as far as like what happened. What I have an issue with is that nobody's speaking about the fact that neither of those parties were well. You know what I'm saying? So like people are joking about her being a cougar and stuff like that, pedophile, whatever. She was not well, and I think she backed away from that relationship when she realized she was not well, and indulged in it because she was not well. And what I mean by that, like she just was not good. You know what I'm saying? And he's a clout chaser. I don't care what nobody say. I don't see him as a victim at all, especially now after that song he just dropped. And he butthurt, and that's his ego. So I don't even really, Oh, yeah, Will had a problem with it because Will's a narcissist. Will's been cheating on Jada for decades. Which is probably why they have had times of openness. You know what I'm saying? But that's why she looked at him doing that red table talk, like he was like, yeah, because I'm trying to get back at you, and she was like, you don't need to get back at me. You've done enough. Remember that. Like it's really probably her get back, and that's the craziest thing. He has an ego problem. He's always said that. We all know it. And even if you watch it again, like he was so smug, and it was a part of him that liked that he could put her on blast. because everybody's so used to doing that. And the only reason he was in feelings and his ego is because she couldn't control the dude that she was smashing. That's the real thing. Like, let me tell you, people would maneuver different if Bama's paid attention to the rules. Dudes is messy. Jones can be out here maneuvering in all types of ways, and dudes is messy. That's the only reason y'all Jones won't let y'all play is because y'all messy. If y'all stop being messy and y'all can be safe and keep us safe and actually care about that, y'all might have more fun. You know what I'm saying? Instead, y'all out here drowning in your relationships. Suffering. I'm not doing it. No, thank you. I want to have fun. I want to build. I want to have, deep conversation when it's necessary, and and vibe. And sometimes I just want to sit and stare at you. Like, I don't want to do nothing sometimes, but I want to travel, and all of that good stuff. I don't want to travel right now. We ain't allowed to go nowhere anyway. But you know what I'm saying? I'm very simple, but I also like to enjoy nice things. You know what I'm saying? But not on the level that I feel like everybody else is. Like, I ultimately enjoy company, and I ultimately enjoy love and affection, and just like anybody else. But I ain't got to have all these restrictions. I ain't got to have all of that. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. So, like, Will and Jada don't necessarily take all their vacations together, right? So let's assume they're in a healthy relationship at some point when they use these rules, right? I thought that was the greatest thing to say, because there are things that my mate is not going to want to do. I love sushi. My ex, he not going to have it. Not about that life, okay? So I would, we would compromise, and we would probably find a place that's sushi, but like sushi and hibachi or something like that, right? And then at one point, I was like, oh, I really want to go here. Don't you want to go here? And some things, yes, you want to do Jamaica. And then some things I was like, yo, I could just do that with my best friend. Yo, I could just do them. Like, some stuff, it was like, is it that important for that person to do? Some things should be important, and some things it's just like, let it go. So I think about that because I'm just watching people in their relationships, and I'm just like, I ain't doing it. I don't need to be held captive. I like being booed up. I don't mind being in a relationship. I don't mind being single. I don't mind being in a casual situation. I don't really mind being in an open situation. The blueprint has to make sense though. And it has to evolve. We have to like check in and be like, yo, you good? Is our blueprint still straight? And I just think that it would be so interesting to see all the relationships we see, if what would happen if they just like let the roles go, let the rules go. Like, what would actually happen? Would men do less cheating if they didn't have these restrictions? And what I mean by that is less cheating actually means less doing, because I actually feel like when we don't restrict humans, sometimes, not all, sometimes when you don't restrict them, they restrict themselves. I've seen it a million times. And so I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of, that's kind of how my childhood was. Like, my mom didn't have a whole lot of restrictions on us, and we didn't do nothing. We didn't get in trouble. We didn't sneak out the house. We didn't do anything. We really like took a long time to like get into like, things that we consider mischievous or grown or whatever. It has to be mutual more than anything. Absolutely. A lot of cake eating and people walking around. And that's the other thing. That's one of those phrases I hate. That daggone, like, you just want your cake and eat it too. What the hell am I supposed to do with this cake? The hell? You're not gonna give me no cake on no plate and tell me not to eat that shit. Now, do I have to have ice cream? No. Do I have to have a milkshake with it? No. Do I have to have champagne with it? No. But what you're not gonna do is give me cake and be like, "Hey, fat girl, you can't eat the cake, huh? What am I supposed to do with it?" Like in my mind, that's like you putting a beautiful naked specimen of a person in front of me, and then you be like, "You can't touch it. Why is it in front of me? Then get it away from me." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, I don't understand that. I don't know nothing about these testing humans nature and like fail. I'm gonna fail every time. Don't test my nature. But so it's just like, why do we do that? Like, who came up with that? Like, everything I feel like we came up with is just restrictions. It's like, you just want your cake and eat it too. What the hell are they supposed to do with the cake? Y'all are not telling me. If somebody don't give me a real answer to that, I don't understand that. Now, the problem is there's people that want cake, ice cream, cupcakes, cookies, pies, fried chicken, ribs. You know what I'm saying? That's where you become a little overindulgent. That's where you become gluttonous. That's where you doing the most. That's where you gonna bring something home to your junk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got like the flip side. So then you got like the polygamists, right? So you got to like, but see polygamy. Like, I can't do the whole, like, I don't really understand. Okay, I do understand it, but I don't really understand the whole like there's a dude and then a whole bunch of jobs, a whole bunch of wives, right? To me, that's still a control system. Like, to me, either it's open and we about to raise this village, or it's not. What I'm not about to do is just have a whole bunch. I don't even like Jones enough for Jones to be around like that. And then it's gonna be all these wives and we raising the kids together. Like, that's cool, but it has to be allowed on the flip side. That's why the polygamy thing doesn't happen on the other side. Like, so I don't like that. Like, the polyamorous is the one that is like, it's more open, like everybody open. Like, the problem with any system is if it's about restricting women and they are being the oppressed, person in the party, versus this can also happen for the man, like the wife can have multiple husbands type thing, right? And so that's my only issue with that is that I don't we haven't gotten to I don't think we've gotten to a point where enough men would be okay about their women living in that way as the way they are living. That is the misconception. That is the reason that we have all these rules, is because ultimately men cannot handle their women doing that. As most men right now, if you went up to them and was like, "Boo, like, what's up? I'm trying to do a threesome," immediately they're going to think you're talking about another girl, right? But what if you came to them like, "But it's the dude," and they like, the first thing they're thinking is, "What do I have to do?" Might get a little complicated. But I'm just saying, like, it's still a repressed a system that was put in place. You know what I'm saying? Right. One man would never be worth several women. I agree. I actually agree with that, because one is just super narcissistic. It's like weird. Like, I don't like it. It feels very God complex. Um, and I watched what was that? What was the show? The polygamous Big Love, the series. I watched that and it was really hard to watch. Like, I mean, it was so good, but it was really hard to watch because the women still feel so repressed. And so I was just thinking about that. And so me and my god brother talk about it all the time because like he's a dude that's more open about that. Like if his woman wanted to, you know, go play around and do some things, he'd be with it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that he if she said she wanted to have some type of situation, let's say they have an open situation, he would not just be like, your open situation can only be with women. So like he's not that type of man, right? But he's gonna have boundaries, you know, he's gonna have things like that. But I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. But I think that the polygamous thing, it seems selfish and seems like control. It just seems like another system put in place for control. And that's all. It doesn't actually seem like it has anything to do with like love or openness or being fluid, or you know, they got so many names and that's why I'm using these names, because I don't want to mess up any of the new. I'm just not. I just can't do it. There's so many. It's like you know, pansexual and like fluid and like all these other things, and ultimately we're all really at the end of the day, I think, just trying to say like we're human and then we like what we like. Like I really think it comes down to that. We like what we like. We spend time with what we spend time with. That's it. So I didn't bore you guys too much. I didn't need to stay on here for 2 hours, but apparently I need to talk. But that was fun. That was cool. If you guys haven't already checked out my other videos, all 12 signs are up for August 2020. And you can like, share, subscribe, and hit the little bell on my YouTube page. And all my information should be on the post, or wherever you're watching this, it should be on the post. So you can click on the YouTube to like it and subscribe. And if you hit the bell, then you get the notifications when I come up live or when I post new videos. Also, you can follow my other social media pages. You can also hit me up for private reading. What else? That's it. I think that's it. I appreciate you guys being here, though. I really enjoyed the company. I know my I'm sure my signal was in and out today, but yeah, it is what it is, guys. I do the best that I can with what we working with. But yeah, so I guess that's it, guys. I think that's it. Is that it? It's all vibes here. You know what I'm saying? All vibes. But yeah, so I guess that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have an amazing day. I'm gonna go hang out with my mom now. So you guys enjoy. Bye.